I have a riddle for you guys. Which one is faster, hot or cold?
Which one is faster?
Hot or
Relative to?
It's a riddle, yeah. We are live. It's a riddle. Which one is faster, hot or cold?
Hot.
Huh?
Cold.
Why?
Just like
Rucha is right. But why?
I'm
Because you
always
can
right.
catch a cold.
Oh!
yeah.
I knew it actually.
Great.
Yeah.
Did you also know
Yeah,
that the
live
markets
actually.
will ride for the last 4 days, next 4 days?
No.
Good rally, huh?
Good rally. IT is up, surprisingly.
As I said. As I had said day before.
Yeah, but why is the IT up?
Sir, IT is recovering. The kind of bearish
Recovering
sentiment
from a
which people
cold.
have is not actually itna bura bhi nahi hai wo IT is what I'm saying. Firstly, because of the 2 rate cuts which as expected was assured in yesterday's meeting. US Fed का जब
Rate cut हुए नहीं
meeting
ना?
नहीं बोलेंगे ना कि
अच्छा,
ये
होने
साल
वाला
में
है, अच्छा, होने वाला
करेंगे
है. Anticipation.
yeah that and Accenture was cautious, but they also said that there's not a significant slowdown which is there. So, which is a little better outlook than what they were saying, like say a quarter back. So, less negative is positive, in my view. So, I always had this view, unlike Sajeet sir, who is a bearish
No,
person.
I'm not bearish. I'm just telling you what the environment is, and then you interpret yourself. Simple. How the companies are going to perform. If the environment is that okay, discretionary spend is going to fall down going forward, which is the case, and it will take at least 12 months for the discretionary to come back.
But YTD stocks are already hit on this
No,
assumption.
that is separate. I'm trying to say that what is the environment in which we are. Which it cannot be that your business environment is deteriorating and the stocks will go up.
सर तो
वो नहीं हो
यहाँ
सकता
से और नीचे नहीं जा सकता
हो
है ना
सकता है।
मतलब कंपनी बंद
That
नहीं
is a
हो
relative
जाएगी on the
valuation,
basis of
right?
discretionary spends.
That is a relative valuation. भाई 10 year बोलोगे तो 22 times, but the IT index is still trading at 25 times forward.
So you see further downside to
I don't
this.
see further. I'm just saying that is that a new normal? It's not going to be 37
So that's why
37
when-
times. It may be 24, 25, 26, whatever.
If you guys like what Rucha and Sajeet are doing right now, please hit the like button. If you hit the like button, we can take questions as well. But yeah, please continue.
Yeah.
I'm an onlooker right now.
No, why should you be on
No,
looker?
but
No, you.
हम अंत में बोलेंगे.
अच्छा अब बोलिए.
Sir, people want you when you were not there day before. People were like, okay, bring Niraj in. So don't be an onlooker, please. Let us know what.
No, but I like
thoughts
the
about-
arguments. I like the arguments because you can argue both arguments are right. That's the beauty about markets, no? For every buyer, there is a seller and vice versa. And both arguments are right. That is IT a lot cheaper than what it was? Yes, it is. Does it deserve to be cheaper? Yes, it does. Is there uncertainty? Yes, there is. But do you find great bets during times of uncertainty? Yes, you do.
Sir, हर चीज में yes बोल रहे हो आप.
And should this market be sold? Yes. Should this market be bought? Yes.
Oh God.
So no, but on a very serious note, all the 4 points that I said hold true, right? The only question is, so I think the way people are dissecting tech companies right now is that will the company be, now there could be a quarter uncertainty. It could, let's assume that Accenture's numbers were bad not because US government का business गया है.
वो अभी गया नहीं, जाने वाला है आगे जाके ना.
हाँ, वही कि US Doge की वजह से ये चला गया. By the way, I must say we're going to talk about Tesla. I'll bring in the Doge angle on Tesla as well, by the way. But Elon Musk is doing it. But let's assume it didn't go because of that, but because of economic reasons or other factors. Therefore, maybe the IT stocks could have come down as well. And then there are other lingering reasons about AI and the banks cutting jobs, etc. and stuff like that. But let's face it, yaar, US may want to do everything under the sun. They can't. They will not get employees in the US who are willing to work for $40,000, $45,000 per annum, right? Converted that into INR, you will get employees here in India or elsewhere. And therefore, even if companies want the entire workforce to be in US, it is not humanly possible.
And the point is that Indian companies don't want so many because they've already hired so many in the US.
Out there in the US as well.
So that uncertainty about manpower is not as much with the Indian companies.
ये पता है City ने किया ना, then LTM entry was beaten down. So that's where I'm coming from. So idiosyncratic company wise or maybe large cap sectors. So I think the distinction that I've seen people make right now in the last few days or the last few weeks is that, except for Girish Pai today who said he prefers large cap, most people are saying that they want nimble companies who can adapt to the environment a lot quicker than what legacy businesses can. And therefore, a lot of people are more constructive on mid-cap IT. Or by mid-cap, I don't mean mid-cap, but non-Nifty IT as opposed to Nifty IT.
Yeah, but remove the top 5 and then basically.
Yeah, something like that. That's what a lot of people are saying.
I think I agree with you on that, because you need to have those go out there and pick up the business even if it's at a lower margin, so that you build on that. And many of the larger companies have also built up their portfolio like that, right? They start off with small IT or contracts and then gradually scale it up, and that's where it is going to come in. And smaller orders also are coming with AI driven orders which are there. So could be that could be one of the way to look at it, and that's what we were talking 2 days back, right?
Yeah.
That what is the next step for the Indian IT companies? Means we saw that we began when the IT came in, we had the BPOs and other, and then it became a maintenance contract, then it went to cloud computing, machine learning, and now we are talking about AI. There, I feel the Chinese IT companies are much ahead of India in terms of AI and tech innovation as compared to Indian companies. The only this advantage they have is because they are coming from China, they won't be accepted in many of the developed countries. So there, India has that access, and India has to bridge that gap much faster.
But sir, AI is still far away for Indian IT, because
True,
though they
I
are
agree.
talking a lot about IT, those deal conversions into actual revenue is not happening. बड़ी बातें हो रही है, to be very honest in layman terms,
ठीक है,
but दिख कुछ नहीं रहा है
हाँ,
revenue.
वो 5 साल लगता है ना. If you look at TCS was one of the first to get into cloud. And it did a big splash of it when it was entering into cloud, and people were saying cloud नहीं होगा, कुछ नहीं होगा. But there was a pivot which happened, right? 2020, जहाँ पर cloud became the big thing. So it took a few years to do it, and I'm sure that Indian companies can do it. But that
Will take time.
years, 2-3 years is going to be a painful one for the Indian IT, because they have to get the new groove or new advantage and then go into that. And whoever is there in that will be the leader going forward.
और पिक एंड शॉवल स्ट्रैटेजी शायद इंडियन आईटी कर लेगा.
हाँ, कर लेगा. मीन्स मैं ये नहीं बोला नहीं करेगा, मैं ये कहूँगा इसको टाइम लगेगा. आज के डेट में अगर आज देखोगे तो वी आर मच बिलो द चाइनीज टेक कंपनीज कंपेयर्ड टू
on the product side, yes.
Yes.
But on services,
because that's where the new movement is also happening, right? Product side में.
सर आपको AI करवाना है अपनी कंपनी में, तो आपको कौन मदद करेगा? इंडियन आईटी.
जरूरी है नहीं. अगर मैं आई एम कमिंग फ्रॉम अ न्यूट्रल कंट्री, I am open to anyone doing
Any
it.
idea, but you look for a well proven service provider.
Accenture has a good portfolio of AI, right?
Yeah, but one Accenture can't meet everybody, no? Everybody's demands. So मैं ये बोल रहा हूँ, AI, I think Indian IT will find a place in AI. Rucha, any thoughts here?
Yeah, I think it will take time for them to come out with this. Still at least.
She agrees with me.
Yeah, for the first time. I do for the first time.
Okay, by the way, so just the other aspect is the markets, right? 0.8% higher, with the small caps 1.64% higher. And I want our producers to drop 2 interviews on this chat. One is with Florian Weidinger of Santa Lucia, and the other one is with Dr. Jim Walker of Athelia.
And also the gold interview which you did.
Which we did today. Naresh. Yeah, so that's also very nice. Naresh and Yardini. Yeah. But so Jim Walker and Santa Lucia, you will see their FIs are warming up to India, which is a great thing. Or Global Voices are warming up to India. Yeah. So which was a great thing. Jim Walker said that he has not seen a better macroeconomic stability outlook for India in the last, in history. And he said that I've tracked India for 35 years. So that was a telling statement from somebody who's looked at Asian markets and India.
If you look from 30,000 above, we are shining much above others because our growth rate is better than any other.
Fiscal glide path.
Everything.
Current account deficit.
Everything. But point is that we ourselves are little skeptical about our growth rate.
Because 6 is not enough.
6 is not enough. We are 8 or 10 kind of economy, and we are not matching hitting that. Simple as that.
Yeah, but yeah, so watch those interviews, very, very nice. And if you're a gold person, Rucha, I don't know if you buy gold or no. Sajeet, I don't know if you buy gold or no. But some fabulous charts shown by Naresh Kataria in particular. Yes, Edward Yardini was there, but Naresh brought out these two very interesting observations that typically when gold prices rise, gold prices and ETF holdings move in tandem. The first time in so many years that ETF holdings are actually low, but gold prices have gone up, which means that it's not been followed by buying from investors.
Yes,
it's central bank buying only. This is not even warmed up as yet. And if this warms up, in addition to central bank buying continuing, because there is a fear around dollar index, etc., and what it'll do, then gold could have a great run. Dr. Edward Yardeni mentioned that, I think gold will be 3,000 by in the next 6 months, something like that. 4,000 in the next 6 months, 5,000 by the end of the year, 6,000 by the end of next year. He bet on gold doubling in 2 years' time.
But I was reading an article. This is regarding the India gold, right? Means the bond which they had put out. When they started off, gold was around 1,500 rupees per gram or something, and now it's almost 3,500, which is there. And that's 8,500, which is.
But I thought you were talking dollar per trounce.
8,500 in rupee terms, which means that it's gone up so much. And if they are going to be, if they are right, and gold doubling in 2 years, then imagine the kind of And they mentioned naked short on gold. Indian government sitting on naked short on gold.
But so what do you think gold versus silver? Because there are a lot of analysts who are betting on silver growing faster than gold.
We just spoke about it that day, right? I started my career as a gold and dollar trader. And last 20-21 years, I've been seeing that there are this theory is right, that silver industrial use, gold doesn't have industrial use also. And look at the number of, let's say, batteries or this or that, and silver usage, etc. 21 years I've heard this argument. 21 years say gold somehow takes the order of preference. So a lot of people, I mean, now who knows, right? Difficult to this thing. It's not an investment. It's a store of value asset per se, no matter what. And difficult to really judge what the ratios on stores of values should be. So I wouldn't want to hazard a guess. All I'm saying is history for the last 20 years, not 1, not 5, not 10. 20 years has shown that people have consistently said that silver will do better than gold. Mark my words, next year, 20 saal ho gaye. Abhi tak to nahi hai. Anyways, what else? Defense. By the way, likes, viewers, likes.
Yes. Couple of new things happening, right?
And sorry, Tesla also. What was Tesla?
Tesla, you
want to do Tesla first? No. But
Tesla
effect.
Effect. Basically, they're tying up with some of the Tata companies for services going forward in India. So I think Tata Motors would be something which would be doing the services part and other stuff, which is there. But coming to back to defense, 7,000 crores of orders which was cleared yesterday by the CCS, ATAGs. When they started this program, it was in 2014, and I was doing a show at that time, Make in India Defense, and they were making this prototype for DRDO, both Tata Motors and Kalyani Group, for ATAGs.
Kalyani Group is Bharat Forge
Group. And Tata Motors got merged, that division got merged into Tata Advanced Systems. So, it happens in last 10 years, a lot of stuff has happened. In 2014, they started the program of development of this ATAG. 2017 is when the Defense Acquisition Council approved the acceptance of necessity. That's a main thing which is required by the Ministry of Defense before it goes to the cabinet for approval. And after 2017 to now, 7-8 years, it took 8 years for the cabinet to approve it. And this order is 7,000 crores, which will be split 60-40 in Bharat Forge and Tata, because they were joint developers for that.
This is the unlisted entity of Tata?
This is the unlisted defense entity of Tata which is there, but spread over 5 years.
Okay.
So, I was looking at one of the notes of, I think, if I'm not wrong, Alchemy. They were saying that in FY25 year to date, so far, DAC, which is the Defense Acquisition Council, has approved AON worth
50,000?
2.2 lakh crores.
Acha, till now, okay.
Till now. Last year it was 3.6 lakh crores. This time it's 2.2 lakh crores. It's lower because of those election and other stuff. So order flow happened. But last 5 years, 10.18 lakh crores of AONs have been approved by DAC, and how much has been converted? Not more than 3 lakh crores.
So you are saying अभी 7 lakh crores in the pipeline है,
Pipeline है,
cleared है.
cleared है by the Defense Acquisition Council. अब वो approval stage में आएगा. Once it comes to the approval stage, what investors should clearly look at is, and I was looking at the budget documents. The budget document has 1.8 lakh crores as a capital outlay for defense. It gives out breakup of where that capital outlay is going to be. It talks about aircraft and aero engines, it talks about naval fleet, it talks about other equipment, it talks about R&D, it also talks about the Make India program through which you do, so 11,000 crores or 12,000, 14,000 crores is the R&D budget. So that's a kind of collaboration that DRDO would be doing either themselves or in collaboration with the private sector or public sector companies. And 46,000 crores is the aero, 48,000 crores is the aero engines and aircrafts, and 61,000 is other equipment. So these air tags and everything will fall under that. And naval fleet is around 26,000 odd crores. So 26,000 crores of government budget will pass on if everything is delivered by the naval shipyards to the naval, to all the three shipyards like Cochin, Garden, Mazgaon. Aero mein you have roughly 48,000 crores. A lot of them would be Rafale, which is coming in, but आधा से ज़्यादा वो HL के पास आएगा.
Okay. So quick 30 seconds summary.
So summary ये है कि FY 26-27 you're going to see a lot more conversion of these AONs happening, and people are already, analysts are already penciling in that there's going to be a big bumper here in terms of order flow. But revenue recognition, keep a watch on that, because it all depends upon the budget which government approves.
Okay. UBS ka note today was saying that they like HAL as a stock. So just bear that in mind. Amongst the latest notes that have come in today was UBS, and they prefer HAL. Okay. We can take some questions, by the way. So Lavish is saying, okay, Lavish, thank you. You said your team is doing a terrific job. I watch your show every day. Thank you, Lavish. My question is regarding Dixon Technologies. Will it ever trade at 80 something P in the near future? Difficult to say. I mean, the markets are, if this bull run, if this uptick continues, if you will, then maybe those valuations come back again. You remember, I remember Dixon had fallen from 4,500 rupees to 2,700 sometime in 22 or thereabouts, right? And everybody said, oh, abhi to ho gaya khatam, obituary written, and then it's gotten back to whatever 17,000, 18,000 ya jo bhi price tha, and 80, 90 PE as well. Who knows, could happen again. I mean, my limited worldview out here is that the PLI effort from government is here to stay because it's a job creating pocket, and therefore anybody getting PLIs will grow for sure. Now what P multiple it gets assigned?
See, the PLI thing only helps you कि कितना revenue आने वाला है आगे जाके, right? That gives you certainty because आपको 5 साल के अंदर करना है. But are they able to increase the margin profile?
No, but Dixon works at wafer thin margins, 3-4% etc. But उनका वो volume turnover game है. जैसे कि कई और है, Keynes Bains का I think margin ज़्यादा है versus revenue.
Exactly.
But everybody's got their own model. Dixon is being rewarded for that because its cash flow management, return ratios, it's quite fantastic. And so therefore, can it trade at ATP again? Maybe. Difficult to say really, but can happen. Nothing to stop it, right? Okay. The question for both of you.
Yeah.
Allianz talking with Geofinance after... No, actually, sorry. I wanted to take the telecom question with both of you. So, okay, it's all about the fun. Maybe a quick word here, 30 seconds. Allianz talking with Geofinance after Bajaj made a move on. What's your view? Quick, 30 seconds.
It's very, very simple.
There are a lot of questions today, so we need to do a rapid fire.
So Allianz is trying to come on its own, or it wants to come into a venture where it has control on the management and functioning of the company. When it was there with Bajaj, they were not getting that control or management of the company. So there are reports about Jio tie-up which are happening with Allianz. Jio has a very limited knowledge in going into the insurance space. So maybe they will have a much better say in coming in, but we don't know. It's not confirmed yet whether the Allianz will come through this alliance or not. Of course, it requires a lot of permissions before this announcement also comes in. into play. So it will take some
But if
time.
they get 51%, sure.
If they get, technically they can go up to 100%, right?
If they're coming with Jio, Jio will not give 100%.
Exactly.
Safe assumption.
Yeah, says, and I'm not sure Jio will give the majority control also.
Why not?
They won't. They will not give majority control.
Does Jio have majority control or BlackRock in the finance JV? AMC?
That's only for AMC. It's
Yeah,
not
but who has majority?
Jio.
Sure? Not BlackRock?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
And BlackRock is not going to come into insurance. That's not their
No, that's
forte.
okay. I'm saying is Jio averse or not is the question. So if if the Reliance Group has given majority to BlackRock, they can also give to Allianz.
If that's the case, yes. But I don't think...
See, my only derivation, last point here is Sanjeev Bajaj said that they were in a minority. They wanted to move on. My guess is Allianz wanted to move on because they want majority.
Exactly. And they've been very categorical about it.
So then, if they're doing it with Jio or
It has
whatever,
to be a
Reliance Group,
majority stock.
majority. That's my only
Yes.
remark. Simple. Okay, telecom question. Both of you track it, so I'm asking you. But Rucha, to you first, and Sajeet can fill in on that. By the way, somebody said, Shrikar Reddy has said, he doesn't miss a single live session thus far. He liked the banter between Rucha and Harsh.
Oh, yeah.
Just FYI. Okay, Rucha. Why is Reliance waiting and not listing Jio? ARPU and user base is stable. Have they missed the boat because growth stage is over? Any thoughts here?
Growth stage is not over.
Growth stage is not over.
I mean, Jio
Sajeet,
is the market
you and
leader
Rucha,
right now.
banter.
What do you think? Are we on the same boat?
No, I don't
No,
think
but
so.
let's finish your point.
Yeah, Jio, I think the room is here. Jio is the leader and a long way to go for Jio to grow in the coming years. Especially if the tariff goes up, right, it will benefit all. And Vodafone is in debt because of its own separate issues. Airtel and Jio will be the biggest beneficiaries, and Jio has the highest market share in the telecom space in India.
My view is that there are only two players, and the third one is struggling. That's a fact. And
Is that your view?
My view.
Everybody's view.
Yeah.
Could be. You can align with my view. You can align with my view. Simple as that. But point is,
It is 12:30 and it is hot in Mumbai.
Yeah.
It's my view. You can align with that.
Oh, God.
but point
Please, sir.
but point of which I'm trying to make is that despite that, they've not been able to push through tariff hikes much. Except for one or two.
But सर टैरिफ हाइक होगा तो सबको ही बेनिफिट होगा ना हम स्पेसिफिकली जियो की बात कर रहे हैं
कर क्यों नहीं रहा है
क्या
Tariff
कर तो रहा है सर
कितने किए हैं
सर जितना जियो कर रहा है उतना ही एयरटेल कर रहा है सो इट्स लाइक इंडस्ट्री एज अ होल राइट नॉट कंपनी स्पेसिफिक
so now that they both are in a driver's seat, they can easily push tariff, but which is not happening in that sense. That's what I'm trying to say.
हुआ तो
दो काफी नहीं है ना इनके
तो
लिए
होगा ना तभी तो 230 वाला आरपू चाहिए
10 साल
सुजीत
तो
सर,
आपको क्या चाहिए हर एक महीने करे क्या टैरिफ
आप
आपके पास
अमीर हो हम अमीर नहीं है
नहीं हम 399 वाले हैं सिंपल बता रहे हैं हम
So okay, anyways, to wrap up the point,
to wrap up the point that
Rucha has the final word, but हाँ.
Tariff hike has to happen for them to give a push for the cash flows which has to come in, because there is every 2 years you are having a spectrum auction.
True, and this tariff hike will happen.
It will happen, which I've been hearing for many
No,
years.
two tariff hikes have already
So
happened.
why is Reliance waiting and not listing Jio?
That is the whole thing, right? Means it's not.
They are not listing Jio because quick 1 10 second
They're
answer.
not listing Jio because the entire ARPU which is required for a healthy sustainability is not there.
Okay.
So they don't need to get listed right
10.
now. They have a lot of cash flow balance there.
So why are they not listing Jio? 5 seconds.
Not needed right now because they already have cash sheet on the balance sheet. Cash balance on the balance sheet.
Not needed. That is Rucha's view. Sajeet is saying because
It's
they
not
cannot.
related to growth.
Okay, fine. Next question. What's the view on Know Your Market More? Is given, by the way, Know Your Market More
Semiconductor stocks high.
is saying NDTV Profit is my favorite channel. Thank you. Ours too. And and what's the view on the semiconductor stocks? बहुत है नहीं यार. I mean, they are hardly any, right? कौन
तो
है?
कुछ allied वाले हैं, but उसके अलावा नहीं है कोई.
Not really a clean semiconductor play, unfortunately, in India. Sorry, I mean, at least to from my perspective, there are not too many direct semiconductor plays. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Mention on the chat, and we'll try and take it tomorrow, or not tomorrow. Sorry, on Monday. But not too many really direct semiconductor plays the way we have worldwide. So just keep that in mind. Ajit Emmanuel asks that can we assume that the sectors and stocks showing strength in the current rally will be the new leaders or the ones that will continue to rally well when we go back to a proper bull market mode?
I thought we are in a bull market.
Oh, is
This
that
is a correction
Sajeet
in the
saying?
bull market.
We are.
You are saying this is a correction in the bull market. So therefore, okay, let's assume that the bull market was split according to Ajit.
Okay.
And therefore, this stocks, there's a new set of stocks that have started the rally off late. Metals have started.
Yes.
Somewhere. Will they be the leaders of this current leg up? Is the question. Any thoughts?
I think so. Means the outlook for metals is improving.
Metals is one.
One.
There are others. Pharma hai.
Pharma में specialty improve कर रहा है, right? And then you have which is the other one?
Bajaj Finance hai.
Yeah,
NBFCs.
NBFCs. The top 4 are the ones which are leading the entire pack actually. If you look at on a daily basis the kind of delivery which is happening on the top 4 financial companies, ICICI, HDFC, Kotak, Bajaj Finance. There's huge buying which is happening and it's consolidating in that. So ये 4-5 हैं जो
So will the market leaders be again the
Financials?
I would
return
suspect.
leaders?
I would
Financials
suspect
would be-
financials, metals, CDMO. Very likely.
True. But benchmark में वो reflect नहीं करेगा ना CDMO और
Financials
financial करेगा क्योंकि 30%
सर अब ये तो अगर निफ्टी गिरे ना लोगों को वही चाहिए बाद में बाकी सब अर्निंग्स दिखा के
Sir,
भाग
again, so
जाएंगे
to squeeze my point over here, do you think there's this I think
Yes.
today's rally will sustain, or is it just a reaction of the correction which already happened?
See, very quickly, people who track charts and are better placed to talk about the near-term rally. Manav Chopra came in and said that he believed that it'll be front-ended. When the Nifty was at 22,000, he said there is a 20% rally which will be front-ended, but he believed that 25,000 in the next 3 to 4 months.
What?
Yeah.
25,000.
25,000, and he said this when the Nifty was at 22,000. तो वहाँ से तो बॉस 22,200.
So this may be the
15%
start
का रैली होगा बॉटम से ऊपर.
हाँ, whatever it is, but firstly front-ended, the first 10%, and then the remaining coming in a bit later on.
We've already what 4.5% rally in March alone हो गया.
Yeah.
So that's a good set of number.
In March, ideally, is a month wherein there's a lot of tax loss harvesting, etc.
But that is done
It's a
from the
subdued
15th.
month. Yeah.
वो 15 तक हो गया. But most large
कुछ
money.
profit बचा ही नहीं harvest करने के लिए.
No, but Rucha, the point is यहाँ पे एक छोटा सा बात है कि the large money which has to do tax loss harvesting will not wait for the last 15 days.
Yeah.
They will finish it off before the 15th of March, mota moti, because
Yeah.
they may not get the volumes in the last 15 days. So their tax loss harvesting starts from 15th of Feb to 15th of March.
Especially if I may add a technical point, the advanced tax due date is ideally 15th March. So people generally try to do it in the first 15 days or maybe
That too.
before that.
Yeah, okay.
And plus today there is a FTSE reject which is there. So you're going to see some kind of banking volatility which is there.
Yeah.
ICICI Bank and HDFC Bank वगैरह और Zomato वगैरह में होगा.
Okay, very quickly, last 2-3 things, and I will take that question from It's All About the Fun, but very quickly, Kushal Dakalia on sugar, we did a small conversation here. Kushal, you might want to tune in that. I think Ismail said that the output, etc. looks okay, so keep that in mind. Ashish Kapoor has said, please comment on VA Tech Vabag. Ashish, I'll request you to tune in at 2:45 today on the channel. We are interviewing VA Tech Vabag. So instead of trying to do anything else, just hear out the management and their confidence on numbers. But It's All About the Fun is asking, and I'd like to take the first hit at this question before we wrap up. Do you prefer an excellent management with average inventory management or an average management with good ROC and ROE? Now, my filters are good ROC and ROE before I think that the company might be really good or not so good, etc. But I would prefer an excellent management any day over an average management, because an average management might be blessed with a good ROC, ROE, but those could go down. But an excellent management, having an average inventory management cycle, could actually make it better as well. So ideally, over a long period of time, an excellent management any day over an average management.
How do you define an excellent management?
So, well, one, if an excellent management in a gruesome sector can also make things stand out. So here's the deal, right? I have a lot of good managements, but for example, if in a sector which has only 2, 3, 4%, 5% margins, if the management can still come in, grow top line at really good cash flows, right, with decent return ratios, then that's an excellent management. And the prima facie thing is the management in sync with the minority shareholders? If the management is not in sync with the minority shareholders, then no matter कितना भी
अच्छा मैनेजमेंट हो
reputation हो, कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता.
मतलब इतने भी अच्छे लोगों को रखना पड़ता है, माइनॉरिटी शेयर होल्डर के साथ नहीं हो.
हाँ, and there are some which are very very good on terms of minority shareholders.
Yeah, I mean,
right?
From my sector, two companies, Wipro, Tech Mahindra, both people are betting on the management change which is happening.
Interesting.
Right. So that is where.
Techment already happened, right?
Yeah, it already happened. That's why people are betting over the next 3 years, where they have to take the margin to 16%, 70% levels.
Anish Shah has gotten a vice-like grip on all things and getting some things changed. Look at the wealth creation that has happened in that group. It's quite fabulous.
That is true, and he's basically given the new management 3 years to turn around the entire business. So.
And they have proved. Look at the margins over the last 2 quarters.
Yeah, excellent. Okay, we need to wrap up.
शुगर का किया तुमने?
मैंने बोला कि शुगर में हमने एक कॉन्वर्जेशन किया था. लोग बोला कि सप्लाई अप्लाई ठीक है, ओके है, एथनॉल प्राइसिंग ओके है. तो यार मैंने कल वही बोला था कि शुगर में if a lot of things are available at a bargain, then people usually don't go for sugar. Sugar is that last man's resort कि चलो बहुत महंगा है, अच्छा अभी ढूंढ रहे कहाँ है और शुगर साइकिल थोड़ा टर्न हो रहा है, ले लो. You know, this is not 2006-07. तो ठीक है, at least I think so. But we need to wrap.
Yes.
Any other question that we're missing or should we wrap?
Real estate slowdown. He's talking about. What's the impact on home finance companies?
अगर सेल्स कम होंगे तो
Yeah, but I think home finance companies are pretty much how do I say secure in that side, right? Means सारे नए फ्लैट्स तो ना फाइनेंस
डिसबर्समेंट्स कम जाएंगे.
नहीं होता यार, मैंने देखा है HDFC के साथ देखा है.
But लोग खरीद नहीं रहे हैं.
मतलब in a down cycle in real estate, HDFC was doing 20-25%.
So you think not too much of an impact on well managed home finance companies?
हाँ, मतलब अगर कोई बोल रहा है कि मैं 60% 70% ग्रो कर रहा हूँ, वो नहीं होने वाला है. But go by the and HDFC was a good management and they used to maintain that. I mean
15% growth.
15-20% growth.
हाँ,
वो हो जाएगा.
15-20 whatever it is.
वो हो जाएगा.
That's what good management is about.
Consistency and stable revenue flows and cash flows basically.
Good management is about being on the side of the minority shareholder. No, not necessarily. That's a necessary condition, not a sufficient one. But okay, we wrap it up. Navroz Mubarak to everybody who's celebrating it. Thank you so much for tuning in today as well from Rucha, Sajeet and me. Please do hit the likes and the subscribe button if you like this. And we'll see you
on Monday.
ये अच्छा था यार. ये good management. हाँ?
कल था Navroz.
Yeah, so I wish somebody happy Navroz because I have a Baba friend who I play pickleball with, and he said कि 4 बजे के बाद Iranis wish करना चालू करेंगे. So you remember Devina? I messaged her. Devina said, no, it's tomorrow. So I think it started from maybe 4 PM or thereabouts and
अच्छा
lasted.
वहाँ पर भी ऐसे होते हैं.
शायद ऐसा कुछ है.
टाइम का होता है क्या?
हाँ शायद कुछ था.